Hey, it's Monday Mortgage with Southern Classic Realtors and Guarantee Rate. Today I got Justin Roberts with me. Thanks for being with me today, Justin.
Thank you, James.
Justin's a good guy. Known him for a long time. Does a lot of business with Ryan in years past, and glad that he's on our team and part of our company as far as helping our agents with buyers and closing transactions. So today, let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen this week.
Yeah, well, first off, I want to thank each and every one of you that came to our event this past Wednesday at the Palooza in Atlanta. I know some of y'all drove a good ways, and we appreciate that. And obviously, those are things that we're trying to do to keep us all involved, communication, hanging out, get to know each other. So that was big for us. But I want to thank all y'all for that. This week, we got a big week. Wednesday, the Fed is looking to obviously raise the rates, and again, that's short-term rates, that's not long-term rates, but it does affect us and investors. So we could see a big rally Wednesday. We could also see it go the other direction. So Wednesday's a big day to kind of keep in mind what we as loan officers are looking at. So if you got clients that haven't been locked in, just going under contract, make sure you get with them to get this stuff handled as soon as possible.
Right.
And then that kind of leads me into the next point. If you're a buyer's agent and you're out, you're taking your client out looking, make sure they know it didn't have to be day to day, but every week they are updated with where the rates are. We're in a very volatile market. Things are changing. 2 weeks ago they could have been quoted 5.875%. I'm just giving an example. Today it could be 6.25%, and that could be them not wanting to purchase or them not qualifying to buy a home. So they need to understand where rates are at every week. And it's the same thing with the listing side. You may have a transaction that goes under contract that the buyer finds out what the new rates are and backs out. So these are things that when you're looking at which is the best offer to decide on, make sure that buyer's agent has talked to that buyer and they know where the market is right now. And if you got any questions, please call us. We would love to chat with obviously your clients to make sure they know where we're at there. And then also wanted to end on a good product that we're pushing out. We're in a changing market. Rates are going up, so we're doing everything we can to alleviate some of the stress on our side. So one of the products that we're pushing to our buyers are what's called a 2-1 buy down. So what that is, and I'm just giving an example here, if the rate's at 6%, say today's rate's at 6%, what we can do for the first year, it would be a 4% interest rate for your first 12 months locked in at 4%. The second year would be at 5%, and then the third year it would go to 6%. But that gives you a 2-year period to where you can look to refinance if rates do drop. But it also alleviates a lot of the stress with the process. Whether you have someone that's just on the line of qualifying, it'll definitely help them out to get them into a home right now. And then also help them, and it's just a lot of different ways. So, but please call us if you want more details on that. We'd love to explain that product to you a lot more. And then, other than that, thank you so much.
Absolutely. So this week, Wednesday's a big deal. The Feds have raised interest rates a couple times already this year. Their big solution is always raise rates to try to control inflation. And if you look back over the last 50 years, unfortunately, that's just not how to do it. But they think that's how to do it. And so we're going to be forced with having to live in that world. It affects actually in the day more the credit card interest rates and the car interest rates, but it does ultimately affect the interest rate. So yes, by all means, if you've got an interest rate that's in the 5s, hopefully that loan officer did a good job and locked them, because this week we're in the 6s. We don't know. We don't have that crystal ball, do we?
Absolutely. I wish we did.
I wish we did have that crystal ball that we could figure out what we're doing as far as locking rates. But it's our job as real estate agents to make sure we're in communication with our buyers and sellers and educating them. Also, it's our job when we're writing contracts on the financing contingency exhibits to put that interest rate in there. So if you put down 6.25 and the rate jumps to 6.5, for example, that buyer is protected not to have to proceed and buy that house if the rates have gone up, because we never know what they're going to do we?
Absolutely not.
They could spike and go up pretty quickly. So keep that in mind, because we are here to always try to protect our buyers and protect our sellers, depending on which side of the table we're sitting on. By all means, reach out to Justin, reach out to Todd, Ben, Brandy. Make sure that if you have any questions, be proactive. Don't be reactive. It's really important that we stay on top of this game in this market with us.
Exactly.
That 2-1 buy down product is sweet. if you're sitting there at a 6% interest, for example, and you can do that first 12 months at 4%,
yeah.
and the next 12 months at 5%, that, and again, you're right, because 2 years from now, interest rates may be totally different. They may be higher, and at least you know you're locked at 6.
Right, exactly.
Starting that third year.
Right.
But what if they did drop down to 4? Then you can refinance. It may cost you a little bit of money, not much, but at least you know that you've got that in there. And if it's the buyer's house of their dreams, they probably can handle that payment at a 4%, 5% versus a 6% today.
Right. We'll come up with we have a flyer with a scenario on there, so I'll try to get one worked up so we can put on the Facebook website so y'all can check it out and call us if you got questions. So.
Well, great. I think today's been a great meeting with a lot of great value. We definitely want to stay on top of this industry we're in, especially with the inflation that we're looking at. Next year is going to be an interesting year. It's still hopeful. I mean, houses sell regardless of the rates, are up or down. They've always sold over time, right? So we're going to be good. We're going to continue moving forward and helping people, and that's what we're here to do. Listen, you can reach them at 706-389-0691. You can always email them at scr.grm@gmail.com. These guys are here to help you any way they can. Again, I want to also say thank you for all those that drove from all over the state to the Palooza event there at the Buckhead Theater. I was in Greenville, South Carolina, drove down for the event, and then turned around and drove back. I got back to Greenville, South Carolina for the South Carolina board that night at 12:30 in the morning. So, listen, guys, we appreciate you as always. Thanks for everything you do. Use Guarantee Rate Mortgage. They're awesome. And I want to say thank you again. Enjoy your day. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, James. Thank y'all.
See you.